Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. The San Siro, for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. We have already started here. And he's in on goal. Can he finish? Loose ball. He's having a go. Oh, he gave that an almighty thump.
Well, he does strike a very pure ball, doesn't he? It's great technique.
Bops him off it and wins back the ball. And it's Neymar. Hoisted in. Oh, he's just misjudged that one.
Well, Peter, the lethal Ruud van Nistelrooy, one of the great strikers that defined a generation.
And English football in the early years of the 21st century was more or less his time and place.
Yeah, his hat-trick in early May certainly comes to mind. Give me any of those goals he scored that day, all great finishes.
And a week later, of course, his team had secured the title. And he's intervened well there. Davis. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Bellingham. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, whether they've been allowed to set the standards or not, they're setting them, and a goal has to follow.
Rodri. Davis cuts it out. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Davis. And João Palhinha. Oh, well played, well played. Still goalless at the moment. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Well timed, excellent interception. Bruno Fernandes. João Palhinha. He's looking for the runner here. Mbappe. Nuno Mendes. That's a nicely measured pass.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Ricky Puig. Oh, it's Batistuta. Batistuta unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And it's Neymar. Neymar! Oh my word, that is quite something! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Swift, incisive, deadly, all done in a matter of seconds.
That's just brilliant counter-attacking football, and as soon as possession was theirs, it triggered a move of devastating speed that was just too hot to handle.
A 1-0 lead established.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Forlan. The ball has bounced loose now. Van Nistelrooy delivering the goods as expected.
Well, not only can a player of such high calibre show the imagination to set up a goal, but he can also produce when the pressure's on to deliver a big moment. This guy was born to create.
Very nearly half an hour gone here. Raul showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Rodri. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Oh, he's found support out wide. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
In once more. Tries to get it clear. Palhinha powering, and he's had a hit! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, we always have to give a reason for it, Peter, but did he hit that too well?
Oh, that's a very decent ball now.
Hakimi.
Portugal really should have been second.
Neymar does have his name on the score sheet, of course.
Hakimi.
Mbappe. Talinia did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Alexander-Arnold.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And no surprise, that's a booking. Mbappe! And he's... Mbappe! He has done it! AC Milan are all square. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Milan grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Davis. Mendes. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So half-time, and it is all square. Neither able to pull away from the other, but that is not due to any shortage of effort on either side. It's a goodish game, this, and at half-time, it's one each. So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. Portugal get the second half going.
Portugal clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Can he spark a counter here? Now it's Mbappe. Tries a shot! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
The breakaway clinical and clean, and the finish unerring.
Quick, decisive and unerring, a textbook example of how to turn defence into counter-attack. That'll do for me every time.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, they deserve great credit for turning things around, but they'll now need the defensive resilience to equal that attacking flair.
A searching ball that into space. It's full on! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Rodri, and the pass is intercepted.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Looking for the runner. Shot a goal! Well, they are still trailing, and they require a change of fortune pretty sharpish. And here's Batistuta. Batistuta! And he's managed to gift it back. Van Nistelrooy, a player who needs no introduction.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 80.113
Let's
spettatori.
roll.
Portugal are definitely going about this the right way.
Well, they're looking a whole... Oh, shooting chance! It's a goal! It's level again. What a match we have!
Well, this is just incredible. I mean, who would have seen this? Neither manager, I think. It's all happening.
There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew...
Oh, terrible mistake. Big chance! Goal, Milan! And they're back in front. More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Not even a hint of hesitation. That is such a cool finish.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 9, Forlan.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Lasciano il campo per
Milan
il
go
numero
into the
8.
lead.
Il numero 4.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
And Batistuta! And yes, it's there! And with that goal comes comfort. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
No other outcome there. That was...
There's the hit! It's there!
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Portugal get themselves back into contention.
Well, it was important they didn't get ahead of themselves and lose their discipline. This game plan could near well reward them with an equaliser.
Alexander-Arnold.
Thuram. Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack.
He's had a hit! And he hits the net! Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better. Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
This has become one superb game of football.
And things are much held fast from one in. Well, they deserve an awful lot of credit for their commitment to the cause, but it's a goal credit that would be most welcome now.
Oh, this looks sharp. Rudiger gets across to intercept that. Well, that is one way to stop him. Couldn't quite squeeze that one through. Oh, he's found some space here. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. Quality ball. He has slightly undercooked that one.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Oh, good-looking ball. Real chance. Roll! He's done very well to get to that.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero
Yeah, the
5.
jostling for position has begun. There's hardly any breathing space in that box.
Rodri clears it away. He's tried one! Oh, what about that? And that may just do it!
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
Portugal complete their comeback, and now they only need to hold out for a few minutes.
There's still a bit left in it, Peter, but they should find the necessary to avoid a slip-up now.
Beraldo cuts out the pass.
Indica 6 minuti di
I think it's
recupero.
time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
It's Maradona! And a terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Nice interception, well timed. Pedri. And he cuts out the supply. Mbappe look to lead the counter. Good ball over the top. Roll! They've got to be quick to recover this. Thuram going full tilt down the left. That is a brilliant interception. And that's that. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort.